This How to Do Florida segment is presented by Visit Florida.
Hi, I'm Chad Crawford.
And I'm Chase Crawford, and today we're counting down our top 10 kid activities.
And we're kicking it off with number 10, as we take you horseback camping.
We headed over to Forever Florida's Crescent J Ranch, where we met up with Alan Perry, a real-life cow hunter. We saddled up and headed out for our 3-hour tour of natural Florida. The sights and sounds of old Florida was all around us as we made our way down the trail. At last, we made it to camp. For a child, unforgettable memories are often cast in unforgettable settings. And as Casey and I explored the area around the campsite, I hope this would be one of those childhood moments she would never forget. Casey and I awoke to a beautiful still morning. And after breakfast, I was anxious to hear what Alan had in store for us. I have to say, driving cattle is an incredible adrenaline rush. Ha! Together, we quickly got the herd in formation and began moving them across the field to greener pastures. Stepping back in time to live and work as a real Florida cracker is not only an amazing way to reconnect with your state's rich history, but it's also a powerful way to reconnect with your family.
Coming in at number 9, one of my favorites, skimboarding.
Great for kids of all ages. Skimboarding can be done anywhere you have access to ocean water. You just need a few inches of H2O and a board. Otherwise, this activity is completely free. You're welcome.
Keep skimming, yo.
Coming in at number 8 is sand sculpting. This is a great activity that can stretch the limits of a child's imagination.
He's a sculpting machine.
From castles to characters.
All right, get me out of here.
Anything is possible with the 2 ingredients found at every beach. That's sand and water. And half the fun of putting them up is knocking them down.
Go! Get him, Cooper, get him! Hey, coming up on our top 10 kid activities countdown, it's one of Chase's personal favorites.
It sure is. At number 7, it's swimming with dolphins.
About an hour south of Jacksonville is Marine Land, home to one of Florida's very first attractions. Today, we meet up with Age.
Hi, Augie!
Age is one of the many dolphins that have been part of the Marine Land family for generations.
Smooth, with a little texture to it, but you can see why they can go so fast in the water. Their skin is absolutely just silky smooth.
What an inspiring and iconic place to bring the family and connect with these true Florida superstars.
Hey, coming up at number 6, one of my personal favorites to do with the kids, and that's tubing.
A refreshing and soothing way to spend time with your kids. Tubing is a mixture of adventure and relaxation. Perfect almost any time of year. Tubing is a great way to unwind and spend time as a family as you cruise lazy river style.
Go! We're counting down our top 10 kid activities, and right now we're at number 5, and it's car camping.
It's camping for dummies as we travel to one of Florida's true gems, the Ocala National Forest, for a family camping trip at Alexander Springs. When you first arrive, here are some things to keep in mind. Pick a campsite with some shade, especially during the summer. Look for a site on relatively high ground. The ladies will appreciate this one. Pick a spot in close proximity to a water supply and bathroom. The spring was just a short walk from the campsite, and the kids were dying to get in the water. With a year-round temperature of 72 degrees, it's a perfect place to cool off. I was impressed to see that Alexander Springs had a full canoe rental facility right there at the spring. So we jumped in and began canoeing down the Springs Basin. Studies show that children who are regularly exposed to the outdoors show less signs of anxiety and stress.
And family car camping in the Ocala National Forest was a perfect way to experience the real Florida. Coming in at number 4 is one of my favorite activities for kids. It'll have them out in the ocean looking for little small sunken treasure. Delicious treasure, that is.
Are you talking about scalloping?
I am talking about scalloping. Watch this.
Steinhatchee scallops. Scallops are little nuggets of deliciousness. All it takes is an adventurous spirit, a snorkel, and a mask. You and your kids will enjoy a tasty treat that's both fun to catch and amazing to eat.
Doesn't that look
Chase, what's next?
Coming in at number 3 is paddleboarding.
With its ancestral beginnings in Hawaii, paddleboarding is one of the hottest new water sports around. All you need is a board, a paddle, and before you know it, you can explore pretty much any lake, river, or even ocean here in Florida.
Here we go.
When you first stand up on the paddleboard, you'll see why this sport has become so popular. The feeling of standing on water and being able to peer into an underwater, undisturbed world is truly an exhilarating experience and will have you coming back time and time again.
That's a wrap.
She says that's a wrap. We only have 2 activities left. Next up is a collision of art and sport. It's called
Gahitaku.
Oh yeah.
Gahitaku is the ancient Japanese folk art of painting fish. So what better activity for Chase and I to do than to catch a fish in the morning?
What do you got, buddy? What do you got? What do you got? We got our Gahitaku trout.
And record or paint the fish in the afternoon. With the help of artist Jim Roberts, Chase and I created a masterpiece of the trout we caught earlier that morning.
I'm gonna blend his gold. Now we're gonna lay the paper over the fish and start to do a rub.
Gahitaku is a great way to introduce kids to the natural world around them and stoke their creative fire.
We started at 10 and we came all the way to 1 in our top 10 kid activities.
That's right. This next activity will be a memory your child will never forget. And it will teach them to respect the natural world around them. You ready? Drum roll, you want to do it?
Swimming with manatees.
It's hard to find a more iconic wildlife symbol in our state than the manatee. Nowhere in the world can you encounter manatees like this. Grab a snorkel, mask, and wetsuit.
Let's go, buddy. This way.
And hit the water to experience these gentle giants up close. For being so big, these creatures move with such grace. Seeing these creatures up close has given me a new understanding of the importance the manatee serves to the Florida ecosystem. Nowhere in the world can you encounter manatees like this. So if you haven't already, I encourage you to get out and get to know these Florida iconic gentle giants.
This How to Do Florida segment was presented by Visit Florida.
Did you hear?
What?
There's so much new to do at our zoo.
Families ought to check out the Wacky Barn.
Kids go ape feeding the parrots at Wings Down Under. I can't bear the excitement of the new playground.
I hope they remember to ride the camels.
Zoo Miami's the king of zoos. If I'm lying, I'm dying.
There's so much new to do at the zoo. You just gotta check it out.
Zoo Miami, keeping it wild.
Little Palm Island was always a place that I wanted to come visit. I heard it was the ultimate of luxury, and I thought, you know, it's on an island, it can't be that bad, and you get here and it's just incredible. You enjoy the salty air and the wildlife, the birds. There's key deer roaming around this island. What is it about this place that keeps bringing people back?
It's the level of service. It's the fact that we become an extended family to them. You know, we know what they like and what they dislike, and we do whatever it takes to make them happy and relax.
No iPhone, there's no TVs in the room, no computers, nothing. So you unplug essentially from your life and you really escape.
it's such a dynamic place, you know. So what we try to do is have a very professional service, but casual and relaxed and real. And obviously you don't get that at most places, so I don't know, that's what I love about it.
This place is truly a secluded island getaway. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Like, the birds are happy, the fish are happy, everybody is having a great time. You can't come to the Keys and not have a good time. It's a wonderful place to be.
Hi, I'm Kelly for Visit Florida, and today we're at my favorite beach, Hollywood Beach. Whether you want to relax, explore, or be entertained, this beach offers everything you need for the perfect day. Let's check it out. White sand and clear water adorns this 7-mile beach, an ideal family destination. The Hollywood Beach Broadwalk is a 2.5-mile pedestrian promenade which offers something to do for just about everyone. With its countless eateries and activities, it's clear to see why this Broadwalk was named one of America's favorite boardwalks. Other than its dozens of restaurants and shops, there are plenty of things to do. Whether you stop for ice cream, rent a bike, or enjoy live entertainment at the Hollywood Beach Theater, this boardwalk is one of a kind. Another cool thing about Hollywood Beach is your easy and convenient trolley system. It really does make getting around town a breeze. You can board the trolley out over a dozen locations, so make sure to pick up a trolley map for additional information. So we just got on the Hollywood trolley. This service allows us to go up and down the beach and even has stops in downtown Hollywood. Now it runs Wednesday through Sunday, and guess what? It's only $1 per ride. Now I'm getting a little hungry, so what do you say we get off on the next stop? Located on the Intracoastal Waterway just a block from the beach is a hidden gem. La Tub Saloon has been satisfying both tourists and locals for the last 32 years. Alright, so I just got my burger, and boy is it big. This 13-ounce monster was once voted the #1 burger in the nation. I am so excited. Bon appetit! What a great day. We got to explore the beach, ride the trolley, and even had the best burger in Hollywood. Florida has some of the most beautiful beaches. To find the right one for you, check out our website. Now there's only one last thing for me to do, and that's to check out the sunset. See you next time.
The night begins with both rounds. Salud!
This How to Do Florida segment is presented by Visit Florida.
Thanks to Florida's place in Spain's maritime history, The middle part of the East Coast is littered with Spanish fleet shipwrecks, lost while carrying untold riches back to the motherland. So many ships, in fact, this part of Florida has rightly earned the title of the Treasure Coast. Today, we're at Sebastian Inlet, in the heart of Florida's Treasure Coast. Sebastian is just an hour and a half southeast of Central Florida. Our guide today, Brent Brisbane, who bought the salvage rights for these waters from the late, great Mel Fisher, an icon in the treasure hunting world.
Mel Fisher, ladies and gentlemen.
Just 17 days after purchasing the salvage rights, Brent and his crew continued Mel's tradition when they recovered the only bronze swivel gun ever found from the 1715 fleet. Inside were 40 silver and 51 gold coins. Booyah!
There were 11 Spanish galleons loaded with treasure. 5 of them went to Mexico to pick up treasure, 6 of them went to South America. They all reconvened in Havana, Cuba. On July 24th of 1715, they set sail for Spain. 7 days later, they're sailing along the east coast of Florida here, hit with a horrific hurricane, and all 11 ships were lost, giving us the Treasure Coast.
The reason why all these ships were traveling together? Spain had just ended an expensive war against the English and Dutch. To quickly stabilize its economy, King Philip V ordered as much treasure brought back from the Americas as soon as possible. The loss of these 11 ships began a slow decline of Spain as a world power.
So out of those 11, how many have been found?
We believe that 6 have been positively identified.
So there's 5 ships still out there. That's got to keep you going, right?
It absolutely does. We come out here every day hoping that we're going to find the mother lode.
Step 1, position the boat. It's not long before we're over our dive site.
The sky's already gold. That's got to be good.
But the work is just beginning.
What we're going to do right now is we're going to drop a buoy on our location where we intend to work. We'll then set up the boat in a 3-point stance, basically. There's a bow line, there's 2 stern lines in a triangular shape.
As you go a little bit south?
Southwest, just straight to the beach.
Why we do that is because we've got hydraulic winches on the boat that we can then use to move the boat around to exactly whatever GPS locations we want, and then we begin to excavate, see what we find, and move along.
While the boat gets set up, Brent gives me a sneak peek at the world of high-tech treasure hunting.
Oh, wow, what is this?
Here's what I was telling you about out there. This is our mapping system. We use this computer, it's tied into our GPS, and what you see here is a map of our wreck site. And where you see all these colors, all that blue is silver, the red is gold, and these are different excavations. Each one of these circles that's empty is an empty hole.
So how do they clear the sand to find the gold? An ingenious device called a mailbox, developed by Mel Fisher himself. This device blows prop wash directly into the sand, clearing it for the treasure hunters.
All we're doing is moving sand. A day or 2 later, the sand moves right back over the area and covers back up the spot that you just dug. Doesn't destroy the reef, doesn't do nothing. Just blows the sand away, get the bedrock, and then it comes back after a day or 2.
We dust the hole out. You know, we watch basically the color of the water to dictate that, okay, yeah, we pretty much dusted all the sand off in this area, and then we'll back the engines down. You and Bill jump in the water, and we'll see what we can find.
The fun part.
Finally, it's time to get wet.
It's a hot detector. Ready for the diver.
It's really, truly an adventure. It's about the thrill of the hunt. It's about recovering artifacts that haven't seen the light of day in 300 years.
Today's the day.
My dive partner, Bill, he's been treasure hunting for 20 years.
Bill's got the metal detector, and he's just kind of trying to cover as much area as he possibly can to determine if there's any, metal in the area. Primarily, obviously, what we're looking for is metal artifacts. We do have artifacts that will not ring on the metal detector, such as porcelains and ceramics. So that's all kind of found visually, but certainly any of the metals are found through the use of the metal detector.
And hey, I'm holding my own, although not hearing much in the way of my metal detector pinging.
If individuals are interested in going out and hunting on their own, they can come and they subcontract with my company. This gives them the umbrella of working under my permits. They can go out, they can treasure hunt to their heart's content, and if they find anything, we split what they find 50-50.
So what do you think down there, Bill? Look a little rocky.
We're in an area, though, that we know a lot of coins have been found.
Yeah.
And we just believe that an area's never completely worked out.
A lot of nice places to hide, no hits, huh?
We're in a good area, man.
Move it over, let's keep going.
Let's go.
Next hole. Next hole.
Treasure diving is very methodical. After 10 minutes of searching and finding nothing, we move the boat 30 feet and start the process all over again.
We've excavated our first hole, so now we're going to move over and, dust off another area.
We'll repeat this process over and over until we hear that sweet, sweet sound. Ping!
Go ahead, Brent, let's dig.
It's 80 degrees by 22.677.
After 3 hours on the bottom, I finally get a ping, and this could be big, a big score. Oh, I wonder what Fiji is like this time of year.
Hey, Phil, come over here. I'm getting a strong hit down here.
Good, he's got a hit going right over here.
I was amazed at how Bill was able to sift through all that sand, and in no time, he had found my loot.
The odds of shipwreck material being found, maybe a 1 in 3 shot. The actual odds of finding some gold or some silver are probably more like a 1 in 10 shot.
So I had a good strong hit down there. I was really excited, boy. There's no feeling like hearing that detector go off in your ear, and it was a fish hook. Oh, man.
Sure, it sounded like a gold coin. Chad's learning what the frustration of what it's like to actually sit there and try to hand fan out, you know, these objects that are in the shells and the sand. You can dig halfway to China before you actually find it, and when it's a lead fishing sinker, it's really disappointing.
Reality was kicking in. Treasure diving was a lot harder than I expected.
Gold, doubloon, silver. This treasure hunt is easy.
This treasure hunting is hard. This is not what I had imagined.
While Brent and his crew continued to salvage offshore, Jonah Martinez and I decided to try a little beach combing. And on the beach, it's finders keepers.
What I do is I see a sign or I see something on the dune.
Like that keep off dune sign
and
right there.
I walk right for it and I swing as far as I can one way and as far back the other way. And I try and make it to where it looks like a snake going up and down the beach.
Trust me, looking for metal? Well, it'll test your metal. Then, finally a moment of reward.
Right there, I got a hit right here. We just found a gold ring. Now, how common is this?
That happens out here. This is not just the treasure coast for these wrecks. There's a lot of tourists here. Everyone's putting suntan lotion on. They're getting in the water. They're getting out of the water. Things come off. It happens just like that.
Found more on the beach today than we found out there on the boat.
Sometimes that's the way it is.
After my successful afternoon with Jonah, I returned to Brent's boat where we inventoried the day's haul.
This is our loot for the day, Brent. Here it is.
It's quite a sight to behold.
Estimated value?
A lot less than the fuel we spent looking for it.
These are the 3 things that I found right here.
Yeah.
But this is treasure hunting, right?
It absolutely is. This is bringing up garbage off the bottom of the ocean. It's just sometimes when we move that garbage out of the way, there's some treasure underneath.
There you go.
I guess, you know, honestly, I probably should have shown this to you before you went in the water so you knew what you were looking for. But this is the holy grail right here.
Oh my gosh. No way. Well, I was seeing these down there all over the place. I mean, this is what I was supposed to be finding?
Yeah, I guess I should have let you know in on this before you went in the water. That is an 8 escudo. That is the largest denomination gold coin that the Spanish made.
And that's probably what, 22 karat? What is it?
Absolutely.
22 karat?
Yep. And that coin was minted in 1711 in Lima, Peru.
The historical value here.
Absolutely. It's about a 10-time multiple. The scrap value on that coin is roughly $1,500. The actual value is about $15,000.
Well, I know you're supposed to wear your first find. So what do you think? Maybe a nose ring or an earring? Or
I
what do you
can
think?
stick that through your ear right now.
Stick that through my ear?
Uh-huh.
That's good.
The great treasure hunter Mel Fisher's motto was, "Today's the day," and it could be your day too. If you have an adventurous spirit and a dream of discovering some sunken loot off Florida's Treasure Coast.
We have the only place in the country where, you know, John Q. Public or the average people can live their dream of finding sunken treasure.
So check out this stretch of tranquil sands and rich history and gorgeous Sebastian.
They're everywhere.
And maybe you can land the next coffer of booty from the Spanish fleet of 1715.
This How to Do Florida segment was presented by Visit Florida.
Need a lift to and from the airport? One click or phone call to Super Shuttle can take you from your home, hotel, or office to and from MIA hassle-free. Super Shuttle is your affordable, convenient, reliable, and comfortable 24-hour solution to the airport. Our spacious vans and execu cars can accommodate large groups, families, or individual riders, and our friendly drivers are equipped with the latest touchscreen technology. Give us a call or go to supershuttle.com and book your reservation today. Make every trip a super trip with Super Shuttle.
Hi, I'm Rafael Lima for VisitFlorida.com. We're here on South Beach in the heart of Espanola Way. And tonight, we're going to be enjoying some great Spanish cuisine and some authentic flamenco dancing.
They're going to see authentic flamenco, and they're going to see our work. They're going to see the hours of practice we put in. We have the singing, the box playing, which is an instrument that comes from Peru. We see the clapping and the dancing. We do traditional dances like sevillanas, and we give them the best that we can. Flamenco is very passionate. It does come from the gypsies. It comes from the southern part of Spain called Andalusia. It's freedom of expression. I get to go on stage and really let go of my emotions.
I come from a long line of flamenco artists. It's a way of life for us. We grew up with it. It's a lot of passion, a lot of heartbreak, any emotion that you can think of, you can find it in flamenco.
It's really good. People like this. People came here to see the flamenco show.
Came to see the show here with some friends. It was interesting to me to see a different kind of culture and dance. You can see it in their faces and when they're dancing that they're very into what they do and they like what they do, and just the style of dance is very different. You don't have to pay for it, you just get to come in with your friends or family and bring people in and see a show while you're having tapas, which are actually very good.
I just love the dance, and it just seems so authentic and beautiful. I just looked at their feet and the way they move and the way they really get down to the music and the feeling of it. I feel like I'm in Spain. Inside the restaurant, you're looking out through French windows. It's a nice feeling. It's a nice evening out. And the food is incredible.
My favorite part of flamenco dance would have to be that moment that you're on stage and you're by yourself and you feel like you're giving them everything, and then you snap in when you hear the applause and you're like, that's right, there's an audience. That's the best part.
Go to the VisitFlorida.com homepage and search for flamenco to find related stories in English and Spanish.